All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hey, wakey, wakey. Hey, Fred. I actually technically have until 8 o'clock, so I always do 2 minutes early. I'm only 1 minute early today, but doesn't matter. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you've all had a good weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna have JJ. You're gonna have. I'm gonna need updates on two things, guys. Right now, it's 3-0 Yankees playing Cleveland. So I need updates on that. And I'm going to need updates on the Dallas Cowboys Philadelphia game. So during the course of this stream, if you guys could let me know what those scores are, I would appreciate it. Well, let me get my phone down here and kill the volume. All right. Whew, what a weekend. All right. But anyway, we're going to be talking about who do you trust. We're going to talk about that in this stream tonight. And I think we can have an interesting conversation just with it all. Prep Rebel, stop with that go Cleveland crap or you're going to be asked to leave. 14-0 Eagles? What? Hold on. Now you make me, I think you're BSing me. You haven't even started yet. See, I knew you're playing games with me. Come on now, don't do that to me. I don't have a strong heart, JJ. All right, yeah, 8:20 on that. I was like, wait a minute, that game don't start till I'm partway through the stream. All right, so uh, we're gonna talk about who do we trust. So we're gonna get into that here in just a moment. But yeah, 8:20. Yeah, I know. The Jay just got me messed up. So remember, before we get into everything here, I want to remind everybody that this is a very, very family friendly oriented channel. Uh, what's wrong with Cleveland? Talking about the city, or where do you want me to start, Prep Rebel? Anyway, um, let's be kind to each other. Let's have a good discussion. No racism, no nastiness, and we will have a very enjoyable time here tonight. And if you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people in blue will boot you out of here. So we're not going to have that. Oh, all right. So you don't see little Steve up here tonight, right? No little Steve tonight. Little Steve's down in the Eric's Big Blue house with Big Steve. Creepy, creepy doll. Just so you guys know. So, but yeah. But anyway, so no, tonight it's been pretty much we've had rain. You can I don't know if you guys can hear it on the camper right now, but we've had it rain off and on all day, which is okay. I mean, we needed some rain, so it's not a. What is the blue building? It's Eric's Big Blue house. It's a 10 by 16 building that we had brought in here this year, and my buddy Steve is staying in Eric's Big Blue house right now, so he is down there. And yeah, so but yeah, little Steve, the doll that was here for the last live stream, is down hanging out with him. And just so you know, Eric, Steve said he woke up this morning. He goes, and I haven't named the camp yet. I'm not sure what we're going to call it yet. We're going to have to figure something out. But Steve said he woke up and he looked up, and in the loft area is where you put little Steve. He said, I woke up and looked. He goes, and there's that creepy doll. So, all right. Oh my God. So we're going to talk about trust. Who do you trust, right? Oh my goodness, the comments. I love, love, love the comments. And I'm going to tell you what, people are going to have their opinions on whatever. We had a very, very productive weekend down here this weekend with my group. And so that's part of the trust, right? We're going to talk about that as well and stuff like that. So some people put up some tents. And I love the person that says, oh, tents in the mud in the rain. No, thank you. Well, that's great. And I hope you do fantastic if something happens and you're out on the road with everything you own or that you can carry in a backpack and not knowing where you're going to sleep night to night. I bet you would beg to be in one of those crappy tents in the rain in the mud. It just, the thing is, I think a lot of stuff comes from jealousy. I honestly believe that they're pissed off. Why can't we do that? Why isn't that happening for us? I don't understand, and all those type of stuff, right? Uh, Trust, you build trust. It takes time to build trust, and you know I've been very, very fortunate for the most part, that I have really surrounded myself with some amazing people. And every month that we get together, and like this month, you know people, like I said, a couple folks put up their tents that they're going to use for the winter. They're going to stay in those tents until they get something built. It's what they're going to do, right? No problem. And the thing is, it's going to be spots where that they can come down for the weekend when we have these weekend get-togethers, and they can have their own place and they can have their own privacy. Um, you know, yeah, and these aren't normal tents, right? Right, Scrappy Cat. These are heavy-duty canvas tents. They're going to, each one of them are going to have wood stoves in them so that they can stay warm and dry out of the weather in their tents. Like I said, for now, and then as things continue to be built, people will still be gathering in our main area, like when we put the pavilion in, get that up and done. We'll be working on having that as a communal area where we get together, we cook and we eat together and stuff like that. It All of it is a process. Nothing. So let me just put it this way, guys. Okay, nothing magically comes together. It doesn't all of a sudden. Oh wow, this is great, and everybody loves each other, and we get along fantastic. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have ups and downs. It's just the way it is. You Everything is not going to go smoothly, and so. What type of flooring do those tents have? They have their own flooring in the tent themselves. And I know that, like, Sandra put in, she got a tarp that she put underneath that just as an extra layer of support. I'm not sure what the boys did with their tent, but if somebody wanted to put a yurt up, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, these Ronnie put up like a teepee is what it looks like, and we're gonna see how that does. And he said when he was in there and turned on a space heater for like 10 minutes and he was hot. So, I mean, we're figuring things out as we go right now. People have different spots where they're going to want to build something, and I have no issue with that. But right now, here's what I want you to think about, guys. Okay, and I really do want you to think about this because this really is important, realistically. Without any kind of plan, without any kind of decision of what you're going to do, other than complain and piss and moan, basically, these folks have put these tents up here, and Ronnie's got his teepee here. If SHTF hits the fan tomorrow, not saying that it's going to, but if it did, they already have something here in place. They already got something here, right? So they have some place to go. They have some place that they could get here, have shelter, be out of the weather, and so we don't have 15 people. Ed, is anyone planning on overhead cover? I'm not sure what you mean, Prep Rebel, by overhead cover. I don't know what you mean by that. You mean like to hide the fact that the tents are there? I think that maybe that's what you mean. But Umlet Design says if SHTF many would be glad to have a tent to park their bucks in. Exactly, and especially um, a camo is what you're talking about. Okay, I got you. Yep. Not right now at this point in time. We don't right now, but we have some ideas of what we're going to do for being more stealthy down the road, and you're going to see all those things kind of come to fruition as we do those things. You know, it takes time. All of it takes time. It's hard work. Everybody, I'm going to tell you right now, everybody that was here this weekend, we worked our butts off. We got a lot done and we got things squared away. And we made progress. We made progress on the bunker, which you guys will be seeing those upcoming videos, and I do hope you enjoy them. And it's going to give you an idea of where we're at, what we're doing, what are the plans for bathrooms. That's right now. It's a lot of that right now, Sarah, is people have portable toilets that they're using. I know Chris and Jen have their camper, so they have their camper and they're using their camper and those type of things. It's all, like I said, down the road. I'd love to have septic up here, but that's it's just, like I said, all those things are going to take time. It's all going to take time. So we're just trying to right now get things squared away, because here's what I want you guys to understand too. It don't matter if it's December, January, February, or any other month of the year. We're all getting together once a month. That is the game plan. So what we have, excuse me, what we have to figure out basically is for people to be comfortable over the winter. How are they going to, be up here and be able to be warm? And that's like with what Mark is doing down there. He figures that by the December get together, he'll have that dried in. And so if that's the case, great. Then he has a place that he can go. He can be out of the weather, uh, you know. And so somebody said, well, what if he doesn't want three others? Because we were talking, and Mark had said this. We could probably fit four people in there comfortably. Okay. And so there was a comment, of course, well, what if Mark doesn't want three other people in his building? And I love the comment that came after that. And the person said, well, what if those other three people were his family? He has a wife and son. So obviously, he's building that location and getting that squared away for his family so that they have a place to go, be out of the weather. He can bring supplies in and he can have his own little place, and it's there in those type of things. And other people are waiting until the spring to start building because we're getting late in the year. That's why, like Chris and Jen have the camper. They picked up the camper, right? Because right now is a temporary shelter with all the amenities. It's there, and they can use that. Uh, you know, um, Bruce and Johnson went with a 10 for right now. Sandra went for a 10 for right now. Oh, you want to get rid of that porn bot there for me, JJ? Thank you very much, sir. I do appreciate that. I do like their due diligence and their determination, but this is not the place for that. All right. So anyway, so that's out of there. All right. So um, again, putting together a good group of people, finding out who works together, who doesn't work together, who's a team player, who's not a team player. It takes time, and you're going to make mistakes, and things are going to happen. It's just part of life. I mean, nothing is perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. What do we got? 511 in the chat already, guys. We have 150 thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. And thank you very much. It also really makes a big difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is, excuse me, for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. Right now, guys, and again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you also to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Because of financials for me, right? So my financial situation from my idea of what I was going to do this spring to now has changed. So we'll talk about that for a second, just to give you an idea of where I'm at, what my thought process is, and those type of things. Originally, I was going to sell my property in New York. That was what the game plan was. I put the property on the market. Then the Fed started obviously raising up the interest rates like crazy, like they have done, which makes it more expensive for everybody. Okay. So then obviously YouTube has played a lot of games this year, not just with my channel, but with a lot of channels. And so the income is not there like it was before. So with not selling the property in New York, I did not have that cash flow to do what I wanted to do down here. My sister and my daughter want to stay on a property in New York. I promised my sister that I would take care of her. That doesn't necessarily mean forcing her to come to West Virginia to live in West Virginia. So, I made the decision. We sat down as a family, which, what does that mean? Me, my sister, and my daughter sat down. We had a discussion. They said, we really want to stay here. And I said, okay, it just makes it harder for me, which is okay. I don't have a problem with that. I really, really don't. So they're staying in New York, and they will have their setup there. I will still be traveling back and forth, and I will continue to bring supplies down here. This is where I want to be. This is where I want to be. Okay. So, I love my sister. I love my daughter. Obviously, I love my son. If they ever want to come down here, they can more than welcome to come down here anytime that they want to. Who knows what's going to happen down the road, right? So, I have this camper. I can stay in the camper. I'm going to winter this year in the camper. And, I'm still in the process of, am I going to go back to work part time or not? Making those decisions. And so, we'll go from there. We're going to continue to work on some projects that we want to do here in the meantime that is more sweat equity projects than financially putting out a bunch of money projects. Um, with the group, when doing the different things that we need to do down here, we'll do what we got to do that way as well. Somebody says, like Mark, this is what I want to work on. So, Steve and I were down there, we're helping him clear that out, cutting that up, getting the stuff out of the way. And then he's like, okay, I just got to do this other part now. And I said, fine. So we let him do his thing. And then when the other group members came down, a couple of the guys went down and they worked with him. And oh, you t-shirt view. Okay, I asked Odin for a Valkyrie, and he sent me a daughter. So that's my shirt for that. And this was a shirt that was sent to me by a subscriber. And so yeah, but anyway, I plan on wintering in the camper. We'll see how it goes. It may suck. It may not suck. I don't know yet. I'm going to box in the around the camper. That'll happen. To help keep things comfortable. And we'll see how it goes. Now, we're also, in the meantime, we're going to be probably this week, we're going to be insulating Eric's Big Blue House. So we're going to keep that, get that going. We're going to be getting a wood stove. Well, we have the wood stove. We want to get that wood stove in the Big Blue House. Okay. And so once we do that, trust me, that wood stove and that small of an area, Steve will have the windows open all winter long in there. So he's going to be good to go. Now, worst case scenario, if things got really, really cold and things got really, really bad, Steve's going to have a roommate. So it's just, we're going to be fine. We're going to make it. We're going to tough it out, if you will. Here's what I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Wintering down here in West Virginia will be nowhere near like wintering in New York. That I know without a shadow of a doubt. They don't get as much snow down here, right? The weather's not going to be as cold as New York is. And so, we're going to deal with it. I mean, it's just not like, oh my God, I've never dealt with snow before. We're going to have our ups and downs. We're going to figure it out, and the best way to figure it out is to be here. So, um, thank you, Leanne. But yeah, it's just, it'll come together. It'll come together, and it's going to take time, and everything's going to work out, and we're going to be okay. That's just the way it goes. And, I'm just going to continue to do what I'm doing. Like I said, I absolutely have a fantastic group of people. We have another new member that's going to be coming in that I had met with last week. He'll be coming in. We had a new member this month that came in, so he's joined us now. And then we have, last month we had, excuse me, a new husband and wife team that came in. They're awesome. And so there's that. And then we have another new member that will be coming next month. So we're working on building this thing up and getting this thing going. So Ryan Hall says mild winter for your area. Yeah, I did see that, and I hope he's right. I hope he's right. I'll take a mild winter. I'm not going to complain if that happens. Again, what I would like to do personally, depending on where finances are, what's going on, and stuff like that, how YouTube is doing, whatever the case may be, I would like to start building up here behind the battery room, on the other side. This camper is going to stay here. This will be a nice central area. I would like to build a place up there. So we'll see what happens. 3-2 Yankees. All right, Mountain Man. Thank you very much for that update. But yeah, but it's more mild than New York. Yeah, it's going to be better here than New York, without a doubt. And like I said, if we get to where we can't get out, we got plenty of food. We got plenty of water. We're going to be just fine. That toad out here, actually let some of the water out today or last night. I think I did or no, it was today I did because I knew we were getting more rain today. And so that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? So there's 275 gallons there. Now, when the winter comes, will that freeze? Yes, it will. Absolutely. Yes, it will. Edwin, we lived in upstate. We put bales of straw around our double wide to keep the pipes from freezing. I'm not going to use straw here because all that would invite would be every mouse and other critter possible underneath the camper, and I definitely do not want to do that. Hey, Bob Hunter, this is for the cat and dog. Take care, my friend. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for the donation. It's very kind of you. But okay, so update. I'll give you an update. The kittens, most likely, when I go back to New York, the kittens will be coming back, possibly this time. If not this time, then definitely the next time. So I might have to delay it because there's some things going on, but it may be November that the kittens will be coming down here. So we will see how that goes as well. But yeah, so it's coming together. With the group that I have already, they're awesome. We're working together, and we have the maternal mother instinct part of that. Some of the ladies that are really, doing that type of stuff. So, and then like guys, we think different than the ladies. The ladies' focus is on this, and our focus is on that. So, it's nice to have that mix of people to look at things differently, to have different perspectives. And we've talked about that too. And we're trying to, like I said, it's working stuff out. It's not trying to overstress people. And hey, girl. So this one here has been extremely tired. So for my group members that want to know, right now, uh, Jerry Lee is under the battery room. I just went out there. I was checking the buckets just before the live stream, and I flashed the flashlight, and he's hanging out under the battery room. Um, Hammer did give me a text, and he goes, "Is my dog over there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's been here all weekend." So he's like, "Okay." And I did talk to him later, and he was like, "If he's bothering you, I'll come and get him." And I'm like, "No, he's not a bother." I said it's not a bother. So, but yeah, they're. I don't care if the dog hangs out. He's a good dog. So he's kind of adopted us. He was definitely you know, but he'll go home now. I would imagine. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But I guess he did say that he went home for a little while. They saw him for a little while. Yeah, Jerry Lee's a prepper, guys. That's what it is. Jerry Lee wants to be part of the group. We had those three dogs running around out here like absolute crazy. They were having a blast. I know Jen and Chris said, their dog, he was like out. He was the other night. It was so funny. It was like 8:30, maybe closer to 9, and the dog was like going back and forth, like I'm ready to go to bed. I'm ready to go in the camper. So that was pretty funny. But you know, we're working on things here, and You know, it's it's amazing. It's amazing when you put the right people together, like-minded people together, what you can accomplish. And so what it comes down to, a lot of it is trust. It's like I've seen the comments, oh, prepper nurse one, you're too trusting. People are gonna screw you, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. Um, I don't believe that to be the case. I really now will there be people that try to take advantage? Yep. Have there already been some? Yep. Have we had to deal with some stupid stuff already? Yes, we have. But again, you can't fix things, right? You can't fix things if you don't know what's screwed up. So once you figure out, well, this is messed up or that's messed up, now you know what you got to do to fix it. So that's the important thing. And working out all those things that are screwed up, getting yourself down here and you know doing the different things and getting your hands dirty and learning. Like okay, an example would be, I'm gonna give you an example, like Bruce and Johnson. They're younger guys. They don't have the life experience that those of us that are 30 years older than them have. So, we're putting them in a position where they can learn from us, because down the road, we're not living forever. Somebody down the road has to step up. And so if you can take those younger people and mentor them and show them this is a better way, and all those type of things, I think that that is an awesome thing to do. I really do. And so, and they're willing to work, they're willing to learn, and that's like the biggest step. Anybody, and I don't care who it is, I don't care what age you are, I don't care what skill level you have. If you are willing to learn, if you're willing to pitch in to do those type of things, you're going to be in much much better shape. You're going to be in better shape. So, and here's the important thing, right? A diverse group of people. That's huge. Why? Yeah, young backs and young minds. Yeah, young backs and willing minds. Yeah, that makes a big difference too. Us guys getting up there age wise, we can't go like we used to go. But a bunch of misfits. I don't really think of it like that, John. And I don't know if you're busting chops or if you're trying to be facetious. It's not a bunch of misfits. It's really not. It's people with different skill sets, people with different ways of looking at things coming together and deciding we want to do something. And here it's on. This is weird. This is going to be weird, and you're not going to understand it. Some of you won't understand it. Busting chops, you're cool. I'm not worried about that. Um, so it is. We're being proactive. What a concept! Instead of now, I want you to think about this, right? What do a lot of people say? What do a lot of people say? Well, all a lot of people do is sit around and complain and do nothing. Do nothing to change it, right? We're not changing this government. This government is what it is, regardless of what party's in charge. It's going to continue to be what it is. But if you are proactive in your own circumstances, you are proactive and you're like, I want something different. And you know what I got to do real quick, guys? And I don't mean to, I'm not trying to be rude. I got to get an egg count because I do not know. So I just shot Heather a message. I just thought about that. I'm like, we got like 15 minutes to egg count time. I better know what it is. But being proactive, those of us that have come together for my group, I can't speak of any other group out there. I don't know what other groups are doing, and I don't care what other groups are doing. All right, that was quick. She got right back to me. So, um, all right. So I know that this group that I am having here, we are being very proactive. We have a couple of different projects that we're working on. We have some things that we want to do, things that we want to accomplish. And so, over the course of winter, we will probably be focusing on the bunker because really, what else are you going to do in the wintertime, right? So, you have to progress, progress, progress. As long as you're making forward progress, and it's a process, and it's a process. It's a learning curve that there is no. Listen, guys, I didn't come into this right. I'm going to start a group. Here's the manual, right? Let me open up the manual and figure out what I should do and how I should do it. There's no manual. There is no manual. So we have been figuring things out on the fly, and that's what we've been doing. And you know what? I gotta say, I believe, and I know some of my group members are in the chat. I think we've been pretty successful. Um, you know, how many allowed on your property, Brandy? That's actually a very good question. That we have not set a limit of there's only going to be this many people, and I'm going to tell you why we don't. We're winging it. Yeah, exactly, Jay. We're winging it. But that's you got to figure it out. So you figure things out and stuff like that. But the limit of people, how many, right? Let's say, and I'm just going to throw a number out. We have 20 families, right? We have 20 families that are part of this community down here. And we go, okay, that's enough people. We don't want to bring anybody more in, right? Let's just say. Now, SHTF happens. And let's say 60% of the people make it here and 40% of the people don't, because there will be some people that will not be able to make it. That's reality. That's reality. Okay. So you want to keep that number fluid. You want to be able to be open to having more people and those type of things. And I think that is important to do. Um, what you have to realize, and see, I'm a very realistic person. All right. And I'm going to give you a great example. And I think I've talked about this before a little bit. So one of my group members, he's living in this house, and he's got his house, and he's in this neighborhood, and he's got his really good friend lives next door, and he really likes this guy, and maybe this guy does a little prepping, maybe not a whole lot, whatever, and stuff like that. So SHTF is jumping off, right? We know, holy crap, this is it, right? We know, oh my God, this is what's happening. So he's packing up his vehicle because he's coming here, right? And all of a sudden he goes, man, if I leave this guy behind, I'm basically giving him a death sentence. And I like him, and I like his wife, and I like his kid. So he may say, hey, come with us. You'll be safe if you come with us. I realize that we're going to end up with more people down here than I could even imagine. But here's the thing, what you got to understand. My core group that is here, we're the ones calling the shots. So anybody else that ends up coming in after an SHTF event, they're not coming in here and going, okay, now I'm going to take over and I'm running the show. That's not how it's going to be. It's going to be those people that have been here from day one, working their butts off, getting things in place, building the infrastructure, investing in what we're doing here. So, those are the ones that are going to be in charge of things, not somebody that just came in. Maybe they have good ideas and stuff like that, and obviously we would listen to that. But it just, the people that have been here are the ones that I am putting my trust in, not Bob from down 5-10 miles down the road that I never met before, and now Bob needs some help. I don't know Bob. I may help Bob, but I don't know Bob. Okay. But the people that I trust are the ones that have been here. Like you're like the elders. Exactly. Awesome sauce. We would be the ones calling the shots. We're the ones like, this is what we need to do. It's not going to be a free for all. Everybody just help yourself and eat whatever you want. There is so much food, and only so much food. And as we get more organized, hopefully we get that into a better position, which is going to be the part of the game plan down the road. Yes, Trust and respect is earned. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. So I got I got Mark. Give you an example. I got Mark, who's been here since April. He's been here every month. He's been working his butt off. He's working on his own spot down there. And Ed, will you have different rules for joining your prepper group after an SHTF event? Everything would be different after an SHTF event, to be honest with you. The rules basically would be if somebody came here looking for help and wanted help, uh, you know, you don't work, you don't eat. That's going to be a rule for everybody, no matter what. Uh, you know, that's going to be a rule no matter what. And we would give people a chance, and we would see how it would go. And but that's important. That's important. And like I said, it's just my name is Bob, and I'm here for the Jesus. Yeah, right. But again, SHTF happens, the rules realistically change for everything because we're going to have whatever amount of food that we have here at that point in time. So my group members coming in, let's say, okay, they have a certain amount of food already here on place. Great. They're bringing probably whatever they can bring when they come, which is also good. I have been prepping for years and years and years. I have a lot of stuff already here. All right. I have like the two guys, the younger guys that I was talking about, they've already brought a lot of supplies here already in place. And that's great. That all helps. It really does. But let's say SHTF happened tomorrow. How do you vet your members? Very good question. What we do is if somebody wants to be a prospective member. So like if you're watching this for the first time, you think, holy crap, that's a great idea. I would like to be part of that. First step is they need to email me. Give me their phone number. I will give them a call. All right. So talk to them on the phone. I will get their information. So what is their information? Date of birth, social security number, full name. I will run a background check on that individual or individuals. All right. Once that is done, and I realize that they're not a mass murderer or any of those type of things, what we will do after that is I will set up a meeting with them that they will come down. We will meet off site. We will have a discussion, and if that discussion goes well, they will either be yes, we'd like to have you come in to be a part of the group. I always say anyone that comes to my compound better be able to produce more than calories than they take in. Yeah, and I think that that's important. Yeah, and you're right. So nobody's. Thank you very much for that statement, Luke, and thank you very much for the donation. After an SHTF event, there is no welfare. I'll tell you that right now. If you're going to be part of a group, I don't care my group, anybody's group. Maybe some other people may have some different ideas, but this is not a welfare state down here. If you don't participate, you're not helping, you're not eating, period. Now, people get sick. I get it. That's a whole different scenario and all that type of stuff. But anyway, going back to what I was saying. So after they meet with me, then they would come down to one of our monthly get togethers. They would meet with my committee that I have down here. All right. They will sit down with the committee, they'll talk to the committee. Then they're basically on a 3 month probationary period, and we're evaluating them. They're evaluating us. Do I want to be part of this? Is this something that I want to do? And then after that, then they're off of probation. So carbohydrates also. Bob Hunter said, "All right, yep, yep." And so, like I said, it's there's a lot to it. So after SHTF happens, and we're all sitting here, and the end of the world has happened as we know it, right? We have whatever food we have here. We have whatever seeds we have here, for growing next year, right? If I'm the only one that has seeds or a seed bucket and stuff like that, and nobody else can get that down here, or whatever the case may be, that puts us in a really precarious position because then we only have so much. So the more that we can put together ahead of time, power, water, shelters, you know, food storage, all those type of things. Where are we going to do this? What are we going to do with that? Getting in raised beds, getting in greenhouses, making sure that every building that we put in here has a rain catchment system so that we are collecting rainwater. All those things are really, really important because it goes for the whole overall uh, things of what we need to have here for the homestead. And it's, and those things take time. So being proactive in getting out here and getting together. Number one, what am I looking for? I'm looking for people that are motivated like I'm motivated. That they are, yeah, and money also helps as well, John. Yeah, it does. Um, that they can see what we're doing here, envision what we're doing here, and want this to work. So, did I ever harvest the garden, or did I? Yeah, we harvested both what we had here and up in New York as well. So, yep, I dug up the potatoes. I think I showed that on video actually. So, but yeah, like I said again, all these things take time. It comes together. Nothing happens. I mean, I know some people think that it should happen instantaneously and boom, it's all done. It don't work like that. Why do you think I always say, right? STD, guys, step, thing, and day. One step, one thing, one day. As long as you are making forward progress. Like when my group members got down here this time and they saw the progress that was done on the bunker, they were like, holy crap, you've been busy. And that's what I wanted. Yes, and this SHTF is a creeper. I agree with that, Tom. And actually, I believe it's gonna. We're already on, guys. Here's the slope. We haven't climbed. We're already climbed the top. We're already sliding down the backside. Things are progressively getting worse. Whatever amount of time that we have left, the more that we can put together here and get things squared away here and be ready, it's going to put us in a better position. And I think that that's really, really important. I really do. So that's what we're trying to do. And it's just, like I said, it's going to take time. And so, I love, see, so here's one of the things that I love. I like just with the bunker build, and I'm just going to use that as an example. All the negative comments about the bunker build. And my thing is always has been, always will be. This is my mindset. I listen to what you say. Safety is a huge thing, right? And I think that that's important. And people were right about the safety aspect of things. I had a game plan. The game plan is coming together. But watch what we're doing, and you're going to see. You, you should do this. You should do that. You should do that. Great. Awesome. Show me in your videos how you did it, how it worked perfectly for you. I have a vision of what I am doing, and I know exactly what I want to get done and how I want to get it accomplished. I also am a very realistic expectation person. I know that this is not going to happen overnight. Chris and I were standing out by the bunker yesterday, and he was like, man, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that you took the shovel and you made a square with the shovel and said, this is what we're doing. This is where we're doing it. And he was right. And if when you see the progress of where we're at and how it comes along and moving forward as we continue to move along, you guys are going to be like, holy crap. But again, this is not a project that's going to happen in 10 minutes. It's not a project that's going to happen in 10 days. Yeah, with the bunker built on, I wish I had trained groundhogs. Yeah, that would have been nice. But you know what? It is, it's very rewarding. It really, really is. Hey, Bob Hunter, sperm banks, blood banks, seed banks. What am I missing? I don't know. For what? Getting more money? Donating blood? Not donating, selling plasma? I don't know. So all we lack is finishing or finishing. Well, it's like I said, it's gonna, you know, when Mark gets his place squared away there is, like I said, it just everything that we get accomplished, everything that we do in a positive moving forward is peace of mind. Okay, we got this done now. This is done. We can move on to the next thing. Okay, this is done. Now we can move on to the next thing. Um, you know, hours for days by shoveling by hand. Yeah, yeah, and that's exactly how it goes. Um, we're this isn't a hole that you go in there with a shovel and dig it out with a shovel. It's not how it is. You know, Add on the bunker build should draw a sketch of your plan. We've already talked about exactly what we're doing and how we want to do it. So yeah. But it like I said, it's coming together. And as it comes together, people are going to shut up. All the negativity. Well, there's always going to be negativity, no matter what. No matter what, however, whatever way I did this bunker build, there would always be negativity, and that I know. But I know what I want to do. I know what I want to accomplish, and we are working towards that goal. And it's going to be very, very solid. It's going to be very, very safe, and that's it. That's it. It's going to be that way, and you know you'll see. And again, watch me, watch me. And you know what? As it comes along and comes together, we're gonna do egg count here in just a second. People are gonna be like, okay, I get it. You'll see. I am not risking anybody's life. If anybody's life is going to be at risk on any project, it's going to be me. Okay, so you'll see. So yes, we do plan Gypsy Mama Prepper. We do plan on building more than one bunker. Yes, we do. This is the first one, and there will be absolutely be more. So, all right, let's go ahead. Let's do egg count because I know I'm behind. Isn't that always the case, right? Time has gone. I can't believe I'm looking at the time. I'm like, holy crap, where did that go? So, how many eggs today? And yes or no for thick neck. So you give me the count, but I also need to know yes or no to thick neck lay. All right, give you guys a minute. Yeah, that rain is coming down now. We haven't had much rain, so definitely needed it. All right, if you had the same exact guess as Philip Hemmings. Now, I will say this: Wolfang did have the right number of eggs, but he did not have a yes or no for thick neck. So we can't count his answer, but he gets a sort of extra credit because he had the first number of correct eggs. But Philip Hemmings with 2 eggs and no for thick neck today. Like I said, again, thick neck is molting right in the middle of thick neck molting. So, but Philip gets the win today. So, congratulations, Philip. You've won absolutely nothing. And, uh, but bragging rights until the next live stream. But no, I'll tell you what, guys. I after everybody left, I actually shaved my head today and shaved my face. It had been a couple of days. I washed up really good. I wash up every night, no matter what. But I washed up really well, and I said it is nap time, and I took a couple hour nap. So yeah, it was it's whew, but it's fun. I'm going to tell you what. To me, my mom said one time. My mom said one time, we must have gypsy blood in us somewhere because we love a new adventure. We love doing something different. I like a challenge. I like to be stimulated, and I don't mind physical activity. Like I said, again, I can't go like I used to go, but that's okay. I can still go pretty good. And I have a lot that I want to do here. And, for all the naysayers, as long as SHTF doesn't happen in the next 6 months, keep watching and keep seeing what progress we make and see what we get done here. I think you will all be amazed. And, and like I said, having the support of good people to help you with those goals and those type of things, you know. Do you have Sub-Zero sleeping bag for the winter to stay warm overnight? I don't have a Sub-Zero sleeping bag, but I do have sleeping bags. I have plenty of blankets. I have plenty of wool blankets. So if I have to be under a whole bunch of blankets, I'll be just fine. I'm not worried. And then the thing is too, I can, I can set the propane heat uh, at 60 degrees at night. That would be fine, and I can just leave that on and go that way if I need to. So there's options. I'm going to try to stay away from using the heat as much as I possibly can, as long as I possibly can. I know this week coming up, we got a couple days overnights that are going to be in the 20s. So you know, it'll come together. But yeah, I have right now, and like on site, I have 7 20-gallon propane tanks. So, it's, if we get stuck in here for a while, that's going to be fine. Will you underpin the trailer when it gets really cold? I will. We're planning. I'm going to use uh T111. I'll buy some sheets of T111, and we're gonna underneath the camper, put it up there all around to make sure we don't have that cold wind blowing and stuff like that way. So, so Judy asks, do you have a code for Hella? What Hella does, my blankets on the bed on the end come over, and she has like the mat that she lays on at the end of the bed, and then she gets under that so that the skirt. Yes, I'm gonna skirt it, JJ. The She's in between there, so she's in a warm area, So yeah, she's good to go. She's such a good dog. All the dogs. I mean, this weekend, like I said, they had a little fun. So like a little tent. Exactly, Angela. Exactly. But guys, trust who to trust. How do you do it, right? You have to take a chance. If I said I'm not trusting anybody and screw that, you know, um, my buddy Steve, Tom says trust no one. And I'm going to tell you what, Tom, I wish you good luck with that. Trust is earned, you're right, but you have to take a chance. If you don't ever take the chance, Tom, you'll never find out if you can trust that person or not. And I'm telling you, I'm sitting here telling you, I've been screwed already, screwed over already. It happens, okay? But just because one bad apple, do you throw out the whole barrel of apples because one is bad? Oh, this one's bad. We're getting rid of this whole group. You can't. You have to take a chance. My buddy Steve, we've been friends for 25 years. I am very, very happy to have him here full time now. I just, that's, he's having that extra pair of hands to help with whatever I'm doing. When Dennis comes down here in the spring, Dennis plans on coming in the spring. He's planning on building in the upper meadow. You know, I got no problem with that. What I've told my group members is pick a spot, start building. It gives me less grass that I have to cut next year. That's what I'm happy about. Build something. I don't have to cut it then. So, but and I'm saying that joking, but you take a chance. If it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, then somebody, then they have to go. You can't, and we're figuring that out. Like I said, we're figuring it out. There's nothing written in stone that everything's going to be perfect and it's all going to be fantastic and everybody's always going to get along. I'm going to tell you what, I guarantee you, within a group dynamic, you're going to have people that are not going to get along. It's going to happen, or they're mad about this or that. But here's the difference. Let me explain this. This is the difference in what I'm trying to do with my group. If somebody has an issue with somebody else over a preconceived slight or whatever, maybe this person over here has absolutely no idea that they've done something that this person considers is wrong. we're squashing those things now. This isn't the real world society where everybody gets to be offended and everybody gets to be mad, and and I'm right and they're wrong. We ain't doing that down here. Okay. If there's an issue, we're coming together, we're resolving the issue, we're figuring out what the problem is, and we're fixing it. This isn't the Democrats are over here and Republicans are over here, and you're wrong. No, you're wrong. We hate you. No, I hate you. Hey, we're not doing that down here. When I have told you guys many, many times on this, we are building a family, and family don't always like each other. Not always, but you got to squash those problems. You have to. Because if you don't squash those problems, they fester like a cancer and it can destroy a group. So getting things squared away and coming together and figuring it out, it's really, really important, and it's all part of it. uh, there's no, like I said, I'm not coming off of a playbook. What I'm coming off of realistically is life experience. I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of things, and I know, like I said, if you can get people that are willing to work together as a team, that's not the norm. It really isn't the norm. And so 7-0 Eagles. Okay, thank you, JJ. Appreciate that. Um, that's not the norm. So you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. And again, it takes time. There's going to be mistakes. One of the mistakes that I made is I'll be 100% honest. I let somebody come down here, and I will tell you, I had a gut feeling about the individual, and I said, oh, I'll give him a break. I'll let him come down. Didn't run a background check first. If I had run a background check on this individual, he would have never stepped foot on his property. He was a convicted felon. He was a scumbag, and he showed his true colors. Okay. And I don't need to name names. I'm not going to name names because it doesn't make any difference at this point. But I learned a very valuable lesson, and that was what was important. So I realized, okay, I'm doing this part of it wrong. That's why we've changed things. And that's why I'm making sure background checks are done, making sure that when I'm meeting somebody for the first time, they're not coming to my property first. I'm meeting them off site. And I'm going to tell you what, I would not say no to somebody that is convicted of a felony. I would not say that. It would depend on the circumstances of it, how long ago it was, what their life is like now. People, we've all, guys, listen, we've all make mistakes. I'll tell you right now, if I had got caught for half the stuff that I did when I was younger, I would have multiple felonies on my record. But I didn't get caught. Okay. So obviously I don't have them. But am I the same person I was at 18, 19, 20 years old? Am I still that same person? Absolutely not, because I've matured, I've grown up. We all have made mistakes. So I'm not like the government, right? Where okay, because you're convicted of a felony 25 years ago, you can never own this, or you can't vote, or whatever the case may be. You don't lose your rights forever. You have to, you realize, hey, we've all made mistakes. You give people a chance. But it would be definitely more beneficial if somebody comes up to me and says, hey, 15 years ago, this is what happened and this is what I did. This is going to be on my record. I would rather you be honest with me. Does that mean automatically you're now if you're a rapist and if you're a child molester, sorry, no, you're looking for forgiveness in the wrong place, because I don't have forgiveness for those two things. I will tell you right now, wife beaters, if you're a scumbag that beats up on women, I'm going to tell you right now, you don't want to be part of my group, because after SHTF happens, if I see somebody tattooing their wife, I'm going to tattoo them. Okay, that I'm just 100% honest. I am not a I will never BS you. You know exactly what you're getting if you get involved with me. I'm not going to have that. I don't think there's any reason ever to put your hands on a woman. I just don't. Okay. So, but if you got arrested, blind drunk, and resist according to a cop, you get a felony. Oh yeah, yeah. And so again, everything you have to take everything on an individual basis. Explain to me what happened. Talk to me what happened. What have you gotten in trouble for since then? You know, shouldn't be drunk. Hey, I'm going to tell you what. Everybody, most people at some point or another have had too much to drink, and that's just the only trust. I only trust the family name. So you're basically you saying that you only trust people in your family. That's fine. You can do whatever you want. And I wish you good luck. I wish you good luck. So, yeah, it's not a fair fight. It never is a fair fight. Both of my wives were under 110 pounds. All right. I'm 220. Who's going to win? So, why would you ever even think about going to that level to make somebody feel intimidated, make somebody feel uncomfortable that, oh my God, I better watch what I say or he's going to smack the crap out of me again? That's not love. That's not love. That's control. And I don't think that that's necessary. I just don't. That's me. Um, like I said, you want to beat the crap out of your wife and she allows it to continue to happen, that's on you guys. But don't come here being part of my group thinking you're going to be getting all handsy and beating your wife up here because that ain't going to happen. Just I so it, I don't know how to be any more clear of where I stand. If you come to my group, SHTF happens, right? And you decide, hey, Mountain Man, thank you very much for the update on the Yankee game. And if you decide you're going to go out there and rape somebody, I will probably take care of you myself because I don't want that. I don't want that to be associated with us and what we're doing here. So my ex-wife gets 300 a week, so she's beating me up. That happens. I can sympathize with you on there. I've been there. I've done that. So I get it. I get it. But anyway, we got to do shout outs. So let me get that ready. And of course, we're behind on that as well. I just want you guys to understand there's always got to be rules of some sort. We have, if you surround yourself with people that are in the same type of moral compass that you have, you're going to be in better shape. Now, does that mean that they have to be religious? No, that does not mean they have to be religious. Doesn't mean everybody in the group has to be religious. If somebody wants to be religious, great, knock yourself out, do what you got to do, okay? But the moral compass is something that each of us has. I'm going to give you an example of something. I had a buddy of mine that, I've known him since high school, and he's super, super religious, and I am not. I've been very clear on that a million times, and I don't judge anybody for being religious. I've been judged plenty for not being religious, okay? And that's okay. But he told me one time, he said, Ed, I got to tell you something. And I went, okay. He goes, for somebody that's not into religion, he goes, you are one of the most moral people that I have ever met in my life. But I believe, and this is just me, that we need to live by some form of a code. Treat people with respect and dignity. Treat people the way you want to be treated. There's no reason to be an a-hole until it's time to be an a-hole. I believe me, I can flip that switch, folks. I can flip that switch in a heartbeat. Yeah, morality is not religion. Exactly, Jen Boyles. You're right. And so, like I said, I just, as somebody that was abused growing up, I don't ever want to be a bully, and I've never been a bully. It's not who I am. Now, am I afraid to get in there and scrap it up if I got to? Nope, I'm not. Have I gotten my butt kicked before? Once. I generally, and I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying I'm a tough guy, and that's not what I'm saying. But I generally don't lose, just because I keep my head. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to flip out. I'm not going to go blindly into stuff. So just kind of putting that out there. So, all right, let us do shout out. So hold on a second. Let me get to the right page. Too many pages. Come on, where is it? Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I didn't have it marked in the right spot. Oh, here we go. All right. We got it now. All right. Now, obviously, there's many more people out there that have good channels. I'm just giving you this list that I have. Um, I would recommend that you go check these guys out, show them some love, tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you, and we'll go from there. All right. We got Icky Can up in Canada. A real good guy, very, very down to earth. I definitely would ask you to support him. You have Angry Prepper Jason down in New York City. Another great guy. Just really good dude. You have Alaskan Prepper with Rudy up in Alaska, obviously. And he's a good dude up there, too. Definitely go check him out. Alaska Granny is another really good channel. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Really squared away guy. Takes care of his family. Awesome that way. An amazing builder. You have North Shore Preparedness up in Canada as well. There's Corporal's Corner, Bjorn Hansen. 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. You have Bizariza Jizza, who is also in New York. He does the Carrington Chronicles. He did another series before that, another really good series up there. You have, let's see, Marfugal News, Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. So up in Seattle, so definitely check them out. Magic Prepper in North Dakota. You have Wrangle Star with Cody, another really, really good channel. You have Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin, who is up in Minnesota with Kyle and Sierra. Definitely check them out as well. Guys, again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Let's see. We have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband-wife team. And again, really good people. A lot of good information. They're two separate channels. 14 nothing. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Really good channel, and I hope that, like I said, you check them out. They're good folks. You have Green Greg's, Southern Prepper One. There's Gray Man Prepping, St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There is Doug and Stacy. Really good information with Doug and Stacy. Go check them out as well. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona. Camping with Steve Wallace up in Canada. Definitely check him out as well. Bush Doctor Survival, newer channel. Definitely go show him some love. You have Monkey Works. There is the Needy Homesteader. You have Boss of the Swamp. There is Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Again, love Diamond. Highly, highly intelligent. Definitely check him out. Show him some support. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper. Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer. There's Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. You have Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma. Really cool guy too, very down to earth. When the volcano was going off over there, he was giving daily updates. It was a lot of good information. Mary Greeley News, a lot of good information with her too. She keeps us updated on Yellowstone and everything else going on. So definitely check her out. You have Adapt 2030. There's Malachi's Corner. You have Ice Age Farmer. Ryan Hall Y'all. Again, for the weather, if you want the weather, definitely check him out. Really good guy to get your information from. Russell Brand. Love Russell Brand. He makes people think. I think that is an important thing that needs to be done. And so definitely check that out as well. You have Deep South Homestead. There is The Outsider. The Fit Farmer. You have Prep Rebel. Simple Life Reclaimed. Townsend's. The Prepared Mind out in California. You have Pinball Preparedness down in Tennessee. There's East Tennessee Preparedness, the Economic Ninja, and Little House Off Gritty, who is also down in Tennessee. Husband and wife team there. A lot of good information, a lot of good channels out there. I think we should be supporting each other, and I think that that's a good thing to do. So I would recommend that you go check them out. If you like their channel, subscribe. If you don't, then just don't watch them. Simple. I know it's weird concept, but that would be the way that's the way I do it. There's channels that I don't care for, so I don't watch them. Simple. So anyway, what was I going to say? I was going to say something here, and it was in my mind for a second. I hate that when that happens. It happens quite a bit. I was going to say Heather's Etsy channel as well. JJ will throw the link up for Heather. That's what I was thinking. I got to remember to say Heather's Etsy channel. She does jewelry. She also does crocheting, so she'll make cat hats and stuff like that. Did you hear about Constantine who escaped Russia? I did not, Hope. I did not hear that. I know a lot of people. And here's the thing: is what is the truth and what is not the truth? I keep hearing these things that people are taking off and leaving Russia so they don't, because he's calling up a lot of people in the draft. Um, would there be some? I mean, Vietnam, you had a lot of people from the United States went up to Canada to get away from the draft. There's always going to be a percentage of people that don't want to fight. They're not going to fight, so they will run and they will go place other places. That's always going to happen. That's not anything that is, you know, that's nothing that's ever going to change. So sorry, Canada, but you got a lot of our draft dodgers back in the Vietnam War. Maybe some of them stayed. I don't know. I feel bad for you though. But yeah, it's just Ed and all the mods are 100% the best. Thank you, man, Prep Rebel. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I talked about the Angry Prepper. He's like the second guy I mention when I do shout outs, guys. Just so you know, everybody, Jason will be here next month. He was going to plan on being here this month, but he thought we were doing it the second weekend, and we ended up doing it the third weekend because the month before. 4 weeks from today is now back to the second weekend. So we're going to be back to the second weekend of November when we get together next. So again, if you are interested and you'd like to be a part of what we're doing down here, the first step is always contact me by email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Give me your phone number. I'll call you. We'll have a discussion. I've had to tell some people, and again, I'm always going to be honest. All right. I'm always going to be honest. I had some people that were interested, but they were too far away. If you're in California, the chances when SHTF happens of you being able to get here, it's not realistic. So I definitely think that if you are within 8 or 10 hours, realistically, yes. Yeah, Heather's still making bracelets. Our life. Yep, she still is. If there's something that you want done by Heather, I would ask you to contact her through her website there. Tell her what you're looking for, and I'm sure she'll take care of you. So, but yeah, she's making martinis nowadays. Yes, Heather's working as a bartender. She really enjoys it. We were having a discussion the other night, and she was like, Dad, I got to tell you. She goes, I really, really like my job. And I said, well, that's good. That's, when you like what you do, and the weird concept of she took 2 years of psychology in college. Bartending and psychology. What are you as a bartender? You're a counselor. You're listening to everybody's problems, and you talk to people, hopefully give them good advice. So, she's utilizing what she learned. And I think that that's good. So, all right, Arla. Yeah, just message her over there. Tell her what you're looking for, and she'll take care of you. So, but yeah, guys, again, take care of what you can take care of. Learn to trust who you can trust. Some people you can trust, some people you don't. I will tell you this, and this is I 100% believe this more than anything else. Listen to this. Listen to your gut. If your gut is giving you an indication, I can't trust this person, that is your body, your energy telling you, um, you know, yeah, hell is napping. Oh yeah, she's knocked out. She's back here sound asleep. That's your body telling you that there's danger. And I'm going to tell you right now, you've got to listen to your gut. Every time I have gone against my gut, it has bit me in the behind with what I'm doing down here, And so that's why when I meet people, I can talk to you on the phone and that's great. And we can have a great conversation. And if I meet you in person and if I get any kind of gut feeling, you ain't never coming here. You're never coming here because I'm going to listen to my gut moving forward more than anything else. Because again, my gut feelings are never wrong. They're never wrong. So that's important. And like I said, I have no problem giving people a chance. Uh, you know, but it's important to do that. All right, let's do this. It is that time. I'm going to ask again. We got 460 still in the chat. We're at 390. Uh, could we hit 450? I don't know if we can or not because I really haven't asked a whole lot tonight. But let's see if we can get that thumbs up to 450 before we jump off. We got like 5 minutes to go. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, so that's kind of a tall number, but we'll see if we can do it. I bet we can. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate it ahead of time. Also, again, it really makes a big difference with the algorithm. So the more interaction we have, the better it is for the channel. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. So where's everybody from tonight? Because we are Legion. We are many. We're all over the world. We're many people. And I already saw Philip from Melbourne, Australia was number one. He was jumping on there. So I got you, Philip. Good to see you. Glad to have you here. BC, Canada, Waterloo, New York, Missouri and the Ozarks, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Northern Hollywood, Ulster Park, New York, East Central Illinois, Franklin County, Ohio, middle of Michigan, Verone, BC, Canada, Southwest Iowa, BC, Canada, Tusami, Australia. I hope I said that right. I know I didn't, but I apologize. Greenlee County in Arizona, Northeast Pennsylvania, North Georgia, Michigan, Brooklyn, New York, St. Augustine, Florida, uh, Union City, Pennsylvania, Los Angeles, California, the beautiful Pennsylvania Wilds, Jacksonville, Florida, Littleton, New Hampshire, Nova Scotia, Canada, North Highlands of California, Leesburg, Florida. Got Brooklyn is in the house. Colorado, Hattiesburg, Pennsylvania, Northern Virginia, Lakeland, Florida, Vancouver Island in Canada, Village of Catskill, New York, Western New York, Campbell, Missouri, Spring Creek, Pennsylvania, Huntsville, Alabama, Willamette Valley, Oregon, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Kearney, Nebraska, Bay of Islands in Newfoundland, very nice. Las Vegas, Nevada, very cool. Central Georgia, West Virginia's in the house. Troy, North Carolina. The Mojave Desert, very nice. Caravan County, North Carolina. We have another North Carolina. Edgewater, Florida. Thank you, JJ. Cowboys scored. That's good. Erin, Tennessee. Peltaca, Florida. I know I butchered that one, and I apologize. So, oops, no, TD is no good. What? I'll have to go back and look and see what's going on. Central Iowa, Bonneville, Arkansas. So again, we are all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge, huge network of people. We are the ones that can make a difference now. We will definitely be the ones that can make a difference after an event. So we got 24 more thumbs up to go to hit 450, guys. So let's keep them coming. Let's see if we can hit 450 before we jump off of here. Yeah, Tennessee beat Alabama. I saw that. It was a crazy, crazy game. So, crazy game. But anyway, we're the ones that are awake. We're the ones that can make a difference. I think we should try to do that as much as we possibly can because we just don't know. You just never know what's going to happen. So I think it's important. 17-0 Eagles. What the heck? That's not good. So I'll have to look and see what's going on there. But anyway, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean, and I do appreciate everything that you guys do. It really means a lot to me. We like to have a good chat here without the spam bots and people acting like idiots. We don't ever want that. We want to have a good chat and enjoy each other's conversation and company. So I do appreciate everything that they do. I appreciate all you guys coming in here. being part of this. I appreciate your comments, your questions. I try to get to things. I don't always get to things, but I try. That's very much appreciated as well. So thank you very much for all of that. So at 4:38, we need 22 more thumbs up, guys. 22 more thumbs up. Let's get that rocking. Let's get that up over 450 before we jump off of here. Remember, folks, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. If we could ever figure that one out, we absolutely would be in much, much better shape as a country and a world. We have to stop letting them divide us. Race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax, none of it matters. That's just ridiculous stuff that makes no difference. Do whatever you got to do. I don't care what you do, but treat people with respect and dignity no matter who they are, no matter where they come from, and you're going to get along. You're going to do so much better. If we could come together, it would be great. Hey, Hunter guy, a friend told me the government doesn't want to come for people's resources during Shtf, but they have to keep the population dependent and loyal. Yeah, I don't think the government's coming for our stuff either. They want people to be dependent. They want them to count on the government. I agree with that 100%. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you very much for the statement. I they got bigger fish to fry. Why would so? Let me ask you this: if there's a warehouse completely chock full of food, are they going to go to the warehouse and get that food, or are they going to come to a prepper's retreat and get their food? It's pretty simple. So, but yeah, that's reality. Um, Again, so don't let them do that to us. Don't let them divide us. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we love and care about every single day how we feel. That's really, really important. Also, remember, guys, STD, step, thing, and day. It is a mantra that I live by because as long as you are making forward progress to realistic goals that you have set for yourself, okay, set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, and the only person that is going to stop you from reaching that goal is you. That's it, nobody else. So if you stay positive and stay away from the negativity, you're going to be just fine. All right. And I see we got through 450. We're at 452 on the thumbs up, so thank you guys for that. I do appreciate that. Stay at it, guys. Make your dreams come true. You know, for all the people that are naysayers, if you will, that want to make the negative comments and stuff like that, keep watching. I appreciate your support as well because you're helping to fund what we're doing here. And you can watch us be successful. With all your negativity, it's not going to make any difference because we are still going to be successful because we are setting that goal. We're making it happen. So thank you for watching. All right. Oh, JJ, another porn bot there. All right, guys. You have a great night. Thank you, JJ, for taking care of that one as well. They tried to sneak one in there at the end. Have a great night. I will see you guys on the next one. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.